Hey, what's up guys? Alan here. Welcome to another episode of Thoughts on This, where I speak on my thoughts. And today I'll be giving my pre-thoughts on Disney and Pixar's Inside Out 2, the highly anticipated sequel to 2015's Inside Out. Taking place about a year after the first film, the five emotions, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, deal with an unexpected change when new emotions arrive, just as Riley begins to transition into a teenager. The film features returning cast members Amy Poehler, Phyllis Smith, and Lewis Black, and newcomers Maya Hawke, Tony Hale, Liza Lapira, and Iowa Debris. The film was released on June 14th to extremely positive reviews and hitting certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, what do I think about this film? Although the film has been out for about a week, I haven't seen it yet because I've been dealing with some personal stuff, but still, I would like to give my pre-thoughts on it before I see it myself. And judging from what critics and other people have said, I might have to agree. It sounds like a lot of people really love this film, and out of all the films Pixar choose to make a sequel out of, Inside Out makes the most sense. What the first film did a great job on is getting an in-depth perspective on how a person at a young age overcomes certain life obstacles, in this case moving to a new city, and how they deal with their emotions. It also did a great job on teaching kids that every emotion plays an important role and each one has value. So to see that concept continue, but this time in the perspective of a teenager, is very fitting. Part of what made the first film lovable is the five emotions that live inside Riley's head. I love that we got to see them back on the big screen. While it is a slight bummer that two of the original cast members did not return to voice their roles, it does make up for it by having Poehler, Smith, and Black come back, as they were probably the breakout stars of the first film, and it would have been weird if they didn't return. I think Hale and Lapira are acceptable. They seem to have a good grasp of the characters, and I can't wait to see what they bring to the table. The new additions fit in smoothly with this already colorful cast of characters, adding more excitement to the film. There are emotions that teens and young adults face daily, especially anxiety, which is probably the most relatable emotion. Embarrassment and ennui, which means boredom for those who don't know, are also emotions that resonate with teens, adults, and even kids. They're emotions that we all feel throughout our lives. Envy is probably the most intriguing, as I don't think the emotion itself has been commonly talked about in film, like at this sort of capacity, so it would be interesting to see how they address this emotion in the film. The roles were perfectly casted. They all seem to match the personalities of each emotion. Even how the characters look matches their aesthetic, and the way they were depicted was spot on, especially nostalgia. I love that she was depicted as an elderly reminiscing about the glory days. It just works. In terms of standout performances, I think Hawke and Debris seem like they're going to be the two standouts of the main cast members, and I can't wait to see what they do in this film. The animation is pretty much the same from the first film, but if there's one thing I found visually appealing from the first film, was the world building inside Riley's head. All of the details inside this world was creative, colorful, and imaginative. And while it doesn't look like there is a lot of new environments in the second film, it does leave some room for me to be surprised. Another element that made the film great was the infectious humor and well-written jokes. And judging from the trailers, it looks like we'll be getting some of that same humor in this film. But what really made the film great was the story. It was moving, heartwarming, easily relatable, and of course, emotional. I think the second film is going to have the same feel of its predecessor, where it's relatable to kids today and people who watched the first film when they were younger and have now grown up. Overall, I think critics and audiences are not joking when they say that this film is really good. I genuinely think it will be, and that makes me feel excited to see this film more. It looks like it will bring back everything you love from the first film and updating it with a fresh new perspective. This is a film that is appealing to not only kids, but also teens and adults, and the new characters will definitely add a sense of relatability to that older demographic. I think this film will be worth watching because from what I've seen, it looks like a film that families will enjoy and an amazing addition to the summer lineup of blockbuster films. Alright, that sums up all of my pre-thoughts I have for this film, and if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have seen Inside Out 2, I want to know what your thoughts about it. And if you haven't already, subscribe, it would really mean a lot. That's all I have to say, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!